Greetings and welcome in, as we really start getting to work on that chronological timeline. What we've done so far was parse out individual titles while giving them a very brief overview. The following 5 entries, 8 in total, begin to expand your knowledge base in accordance with the visual media I think it is safe to assume you've already watched, be it movies, series, or animated. Whether it's a philosophy, a simple reference, or nothing more than a quote, each of the following will add depth to your understanding of the Star Wars universe. When it comes to the novels themselves, they can be canon or legends. To me, that doesn't matter. From the onset, I will state that the newer High Republic initiative is in full swing with quite a few entries geared toward every age level. Telling new stories is always a good thing, don't get me wrong, but I have found them lacking the context that would land them on this list, despite them falling into the chronological debate. There simply isn't enough in them from a reference standpoint. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like them included at some point, or even if you disagree with my assessment. My opinion is never the only one, and as always, like and subscribe if this is your type of discussion. Personally, I wish these first 2 entries were closer to the end, as they are my hands down favorites, but let's dig in. The Darth Bane Trilogy, consisting of Path of Destruction, Rule of Two, and Dynasty of Evil by Drew Karpyshyn, offers a compelling and accessible entry point into the vast Star Wars universe. It's a fantastic starting point for those familiar with the films, as it bridges the familiar with the unknown, exploring the origins of a key element from the prequels, the Sith's Rule of Two. As the vocal issues persist, and realizing this is going to be a long video, I'll be tag teaming this with Clyde, my overzealous narrating companion. For those that don't care much for voiceovers, I do sincerely apologize. I just don't have the current capacity without overtaxing the cords.
Synopsis. The trilogy follows the journey of Dessel, a miner on the Republic-controlled planet of Apprentice. Dessel, possessing a raw and powerful connection to the Force, is thrust into the chaos of the Brotherhood of Darkness's war against the Republic. Witnessing the Sith's self-destructive infighting and lack of discipline, Dessel, now known as Bane, becomes disillusioned with their current state. Through brutal trials and relentless self-discovery, Bane rejects the Brotherhood's chaotic approach and formulates a new doctrine, the Rule of Two. This doctrine dictates that there can only be 2 Sith at any given time, a master to embody power and an apprentice to crave it. This ensures the Sith's survival and allows them to operate in the shadows, patiently plotting their revenge against the Jedi. The trilogy delves into Bane's ruthless pursuit of knowledge, his mastery of the dark side, and his creation of a legacy that would shape the galaxy for millennia. We witness his relentless training, his manipulation of others, and his unwavering commitment to his vision. He seeks out lost Sith knowledge and battles both Jedi and other Sith that oppose him. He also seeks out and trains an apprentice, Zana, to carry on his legacy. Why it's a great starting point. Connects to familiar concepts. The Rule of Two is directly referenced in the prequel films, making the trilogy immediately relevant to film fans. By reading these books, you gain deeper insight into the origins of this pivotal Sith principle. Explores the dark side. The trilogy offers a nuanced and compelling exploration of the dark side of the Force. It delves into the motivations, philosophies, and power dynamics of the Sith, providing a stark contrast to the Jedi's perspective. Character-driven narrative. Bane is a complex and fascinating character, driven by ambition, rage, and a ruthless pragmatism. His journey from a common miner to a legendary Sith Lord is captivating. The trilogy also creates a compelling apprentice in Zana. Accessible writing style. Karpyshyn's writing is engaging and easy to follow, making the trilogy accessible to readers of all backgrounds. Foundation for further exploration. The Darth Bane trilogy establishes a crucial historical context for the Star Wars universe. It lays the groundwork for understanding the Sith's influence on galactic events, providing a springboard for exploring other eras and stories within the expanded universe. Explores the pre-prequel era. This era of Star Wars is less explored in the films and gives a look into the galaxy before the Clone Wars. By starting with the Darth Bane trilogy, readers can expand their understanding of the Star Wars universe and develop a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of stories that lie beyond the films. It's a gateway to a vast and rewarding world of Star Wars literature. On a side note, and direct from Wikipedia, Darth Bane's character development has been interesting to say the least, defining points made through ongoing expanded universe discussions. Created by George Lucas as part of the backstory for the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Darth Bane was first mentioned within the Star Wars Legends continuity in the novelization of Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, written by Terry Brooks and published in 1999. The character later made his first appearance in the short story Bane of the Sith by Kevin J. Anderson, published in the Star Wars Gamer magazine's third issue on April 17, 2001. And Bane's story was then expanded upon in a number of legend stories, including the aforementioned trilogy, authored by Drew Karpyshyn, that focuses on the character as the protagonist.
Next up is arguably the best Star Wars book in the library. James Luceno's Darth Plagueis serves as an excellent follow-up to the Darth Bane trilogy, deepening the reader's understanding of the Sith's intricate machinations and directly connecting to the events of the prequel films. It provides a bridge between the historical foundation laid by Bane and the immediate context of Palpatine's rise to power.
Synopsis: Darth Plagueis chronicles the life and schemes of the eponymous Sith Lord, Darth Plagueis the Wise, a moon obsessed with unlocking the secrets of immortality. Plagueis, a master manipulator and scientist, dedicates his existence to mastering the Force's ability to influence life itself, seeking to transcend death. The novel explores his complex relationship with his apprentice, Palpatine, revealing the intricate web of manipulation that led to Palpatine's ascension to the Galactic Senate and ultimately the Supreme Chancellorship. It delves into their shared pursuit of power, their meticulous planning, and their ruthless exploitation of the political landscape. We witness Plagueis' experiments with midi-chlorians, his attempts to manipulate the Force to create life, and his role in shaping the events that would lead to the Clone Wars. The novel also sheds light on Palpatine's early years, his gradual transformation into Darth Sidious, and the subtle ways he undermines his master's authority. The book culminates in the events leading directly to the Phantom Menace, revealing the subtle manipulations that set the stage for the film's conflict. It provides a deeper understanding of Palpatine's long-term strategy, his ability to play both sides of the conflict, and his ultimate betrayal of Plagueis. Why it's a great second read after the Darth Bane trilogy. Direct connection to the prequels. Darth Plagueis directly ties into the events of the prequel trilogy, providing crucial context for Palpatine's rise to power. It answers many questions left unanswered by the films, offering a behind-the-scenes look at the Sith's manipulation of galactic events. Expansion of Sith lore. Building upon the Rule of Two, established by Bane, Darth Plagueis explores the next phase of the Sith's grand plan. It delves into their obsession with immortality, their experiments with the Force, and their mastery of political manipulation. Character development of Palpatine. The novel provides a deeper understanding of Palpatine's character, revealing his cunning, his ambition, and his ruthless pursuit of power. It shows how he was molded by Plagueis, and how he eventually surpassed his master. Bridging historical gaps. It fills in the historical gaps between the era of Darth Bane and the events of the prequels, providing a cohesive narrative of the Sith's long-term plan. Focus on the midi-chlorians. This novel goes deep into Sith manipulation of the midi-chlorians, something that is a key, if controversial, part of the prequels. Luceno's detailed writing. James Luceno is known for his detailed and intricate writing style, which adds depth and complexity to the Star Wars universe. He weaves together political intrigue, scientific exploration, and Force mysticism into a captivating narrative. Building on the foundation. After the Bane Trilogy, this novel shows the progression of the Sith plans and how the Sith have changed and adapted. By reading Darth Plagueis after the Darth Bane Trilogy, readers can gain a comprehensive understanding of the Sith's history, their philosophy, and their influence on the Star Wars galaxy. It serves as a crucial bridge between the past and the present, enhancing the reader's appreciation for the prequel films and the broader Star Wars universe.
Claudia Gray's Master and Apprentice offers a refreshing and insightful look into the relationship between Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, providing valuable context for the dynamics in The Phantom Menace. Following Darth Plagueis, which details the manipulative events leading up to the prequel era, Master and Apprentice shifts focus to the Jedi perspective, offering a counterpoint and enriching our understanding of the era's complexities.
Synopsis. Set several years before The Phantom Menace, Master and Apprentice explores the complexities of Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi's relationship. Qui-Gon, a maverick Jedi Master, often clashes with the Jedi Council's rigid interpretations of the Force, while his young apprentice, Obi-Wan, struggles to reconcile his master's unorthodox methods with his own desire to adhere to Jedi tradition. The novel centers around a political mission to the planet Pijal, where Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan become entangled in a web of intrigue involving a prophecy, a powerful political family, and a mysterious threat. As they navigate the political landscape and face unexpected dangers, their relationship is tested, forcing them to confront their differing philosophies and their evolving bond. The story delves into Qui-Gon's unique perspective on the Force, his skepticism of the Council, and his growing concern about the galaxy's changing political climate. It also provides insight into Obi-Wan's early struggles, his dedication to his training, and his burgeoning understanding of his master's wisdom. The book also deals with the idea of prophecies and how they can be interpreted, and how the Jedi Council deals with them. Why it's a good read after Darth Plagueis. Shifting perspective. After delving into the Sith's machinations in Darth Plagueis, Master and Apprentice offers a crucial perspective shift to the Jedi, allowing readers to see the events of the prequels from a different angle. It provides a balanced view of the era's conflicts. Character development. The novel provides rich character development for Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, enhancing our understanding of their relationship and their individual motivations. It reveals the origins of their dynamic, which is central to The Phantom Menace. Context for the prequels. The story sets the stage for the events of The Phantom Menace, providing context for Qui-Gon's independent nature and Obi-Wan's early experiences. It enriches our understanding of their decisions and actions in the film. Exploration of Jedi philosophy. The novel delves into the complexities of Jedi philosophy, exploring the tension between adherence to tradition and the need for individual interpretation of the Force. It adds depth to the Jedi's perspective on the Force and their role in the galaxy. A look at the political climate. The book shows the political climate that the Jedi are operating in, and shows some of the reasons that the Jedi Council might be losing their way. This ties into the political manipulations that Palpatine is doing in the background. Claudia Gray's skill. Claudia Gray is known for her character-driven narratives and her ability to capture the essence of Star Wars characters. Her writing style is engaging and accessible, making the novel a pleasure to read. Chronological progression. Reading Master and Apprentice. After Darth Plagueis allows readers to follow the chronological progression of events leading up to the prequel trilogy, providing a more cohesive understanding of the era's narrative. By reading Master and Apprentice, readers can gain a deeper understanding of the Jedi perspective, the complexities of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's relationship, and the political landscape of the prequel era. It serves as a valuable addition to the Star Wars expanded universe, enhancing the reader's appreciation for the films.
Although I haven't covered the next entry with an exclusive closer look, Joe Schreiber's Maul Lockdown offers a stark and brutal glimpse into the early life of Darth Maul, providing a chilling counterpoint to the political intrigue and Jedi philosophy explored in Master and Apprentice. Following the more reflective tone of Claudia Gray's novel, Lockdown plunges the reader into the dark underbelly of the Star Wars universe, showcasing Maul's raw ferocity and the harsh realities of the criminal underworld.
Synopsis. Set before the events of the Phantom Menace, Maul. Lockdown finds Darth Maul captured and imprisoned in Cog Hive 7, a notorious maximum security prison deep within a remote asteroid. This prison, known for its brutal inmates and corrupt guards, serves as a breeding ground for violence and despair. Under orders from Darth Sidious, Maul must prove his worth by surviving and escaping this hellish environment. Without his lightsaber or access to the Force, he is forced to rely on his cunning, his martial prowess, and his sheer ruthlessness to navigate the treacherous prison hierarchy. The novel delves into Maul's early training, his unyielding determination, and his capacity for extreme violence. It explores his relationship with Sidious, revealing the Sith Lord's manipulative influence and Maul's unwavering loyalty. As Maul battles his way through the prison's brutal inhabitants, he uncovers a conspiracy that threatens both his mission and his life. He must confront corrupt officials, deadly criminals, and the very essence of evil to fulfill his master's command and escape Cog Hive 7. Why it's a good read after Master and Apprentice. Contrasting perspective. After the more contemplative Jedi perspective of Master and Apprentice, Maul, Lockdown offers a visceral and brutal look at the dark side of the Star Wars universe, showcasing the raw power and ruthless nature of Darth Maul. Character exploration. The novel provides a deeper understanding of Darth Maul's character, revealing his early training, his unwavering loyalty to Sidious, and his capacity for extreme violence. It shows how Maul was shaped into the weapon he becomes. Exploration of the underworld. Lockdown delves into the criminal underworld of the Star Wars galaxy, showcasing the harsh realities of life outside the Republic's control. It offers a glimpse into the dark corners of the universe that the Jedi rarely encounter. Action-packed narrative. Joe Schreiber's writing style is fast-paced and action-oriented, making Lockdown a thrilling and engaging read. The novel is filled with brutal combat, tense confrontations, and a relentless sense of danger. Building the prequel era. This book expands the pre-Phantom Menace era by showing the dangerous galaxy that exists outside of the Jedi and Sith. Darth Maul's popularity. Darth Maul is a fan-favorite character, and this book gives a deeper look into his mind and his early years. Chronological progression. While not directly tied to the political plot of the prequels, Lockdown provides a chronological look at Maul's early life, further fleshing out the timeline leading up to the Phantom Menace. By reading Maul, Lockdown, readers can gain a deeper understanding of Darth Maul's character, the brutality of the criminal underworld, and the dark side of the Star Wars universe. It serves as a stark and compelling counterpoint to the Jedi-focused narratives, enriching the overall understanding of the prequel era.
Today's final entry is John Jackson Miller's The Living Force. It offers a refreshing return to the Jedi perspective, providing a contemplative and character-driven narrative that contrasts starkly with the brutal intensity of Maul Lockdown. Following the raw violence of Maul's prison ordeal, The Living Force delves into the nuances of Jedi philosophy and the personal struggles of Qui-Gon Jinn, offering a deeper understanding of his character and his connection to the Force.
Synopsis. Set a short time before the Phantom Menace, the Living Force finds Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice, Obi-Wan Kenobi, embarking on a mission to the remote world of Quaimar. Their task, to investigate a mysterious energy anomaly that is disrupting the planet's delicate ecosystem. As they explore the lush and enigmatic world, they encounter a diverse cast of characters, including a group of nomadic mystics known as the Living Force, who possess a unique understanding of the Force's connection to all living things. Qui-Gon, always open to new perspectives, is drawn to their philosophy, while Obi-Wan remains more cautious, adhering to the Jedi Council's teachings. The novel delves into Qui-Gon's growing disillusionment with the Council's rigid interpretations of the Force and his increasing reliance on his own intuition. He grapples with the weight of his past, the complexities of his relationship with Obi-Wan, and his growing sense of unease about the galaxy's future. Through Qui-Gon's journey, the novel explores themes of balance, connection, and the importance of listening to the Force's whispers. It offers a nuanced portrayal of a Jedi Master grappling with doubt and seeking a deeper understanding of his place in the universe. Why it's a good read after Maul. Lockdown. Shift in tone and perspective. After the intense brutality of Maul, Lockdown, The Living Force offers a welcome change of pace, providing a contemplative and character-driven narrative. It allows readers to explore the more philosophical aspects of the Star Wars universe, deepening Qui-Gon's character. The novel provides a deeper understanding of Qui-Gon Jinn's character, revealing his doubts, his convictions, and his unique perspective on the Force. It enhances our appreciation for his role in the Phantom Menace. Exploration of Jedi philosophy. The Living Force delves into the complexities of Jedi philosophy, exploring the tension between adherence to tradition and the need for individual interpretation of the Force. It adds depth to the Jedi's perspective on the Force and their role in the galaxy. Connection to the Living Force. The novel introduces the concept of the Living Force, a philosophy that emphasizes the interconnectedness of all living things. This concept resonates with Qui-Gon's own beliefs and provides a new perspective on the Force. Building tension towards Episode 1. The book shows the growing unease that Qui-Gon is feeling and that the Jedi Council is missing something. This builds tension towards the events of the Phantom Menace. John Jackson Miller's writing. John Jackson Miller is known for crafting well-paced, character-driven narratives that are both engaging and thought-provoking. His writing style is well-suited to exploring the philosophical themes of the novel. Chronological progression. Continuing the chronological progression of the prequel era, The Living Force further builds the world and the characters before the events of the films. By reading The Living Force, readers can gain a deeper understanding of Qui-Gon Jinn's character, the complexities of Jedi philosophy, and the subtle shifts in the Force that foreshadow the events of the Phantom Menace. It serves as a valuable addition to the Star Wars expanded universe, enriching the reader's appreciation for the prequel era.
You may have noted the exclusion of any Old Republic mentions, and that is by design. Most of the stories that fill the common narrative these days concerning the Old Republic come to us via Legends content, be it video games, short stories, and of course the older novels. As much as I would love to dive into Revan or Annihilation, they really won't resonate or provide insight into contextual questions until we've navigated this particular time frame. I assure you they will be covered though, because they will dramatically accentuate some of the titles that are incorporated into this list. We've traveled from 1000 BBY to 33 BBY in a matter of minutes, so stay tuned for the next 5 entries. Thank you for your patience, and above all else, thank you for your trust as we travel beyond a simple list and identify why these books matter. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, please consider a like and subscribe. They do help bring these videos to others asking these same questions.